Hey guys, welcome again to the Maths Club. If you're just joining us, welcome. So we're continuing today in our series from the numbers and numeration. There'll be a pop-up that will appear at the top that will lead you to all the things that we have been doing so far. Today we're going to be concentrating on conversion from a given base to base 10. So for example, if you're given a number in base 2, in base 3, in base 5, right, and you want to convert that number to base 10, how are you going to do it? Remember, the principles are the same across every base. So once you can understand how we're able to do this, you'll be able to solve any question of the same type or manner. So without much ado, let's go straight into solving the question. So we're going to solve this question to understand how it goes about, and the question says convert 321 in base 5 to a number in base 10. So I move over to the escalator, right? So the question is 321 base 5 to what? To base 10. So how do we go about it? The way we go about it is we multiply. This is number 3, right? This is number 2. This is like 300. This is like 20, and this is like 1. If you do it in like placeholders, right? Like this is the hundreds, this is the tens, and this is the units, right? So what will happen is that you multiply each of those numbers. So then put this for themselves, number 1. So you multiply each of the numbers with the base. Then the second step is to add each multiplication then the third step is to give each base a power starting from 0 left to right. So while all these things might actually seem like what is happening here, by the time we solve it, we see that it's very simple. Great. So look at this thing now. It says multiply each of the numbers with the base. This is let's say each of the digits. I think the word there is digits, right? With the base. So the first digit here is 3, right? So that would be 3 times the base here is what? 5. Great. The next digit here is what? 2 times the base here is what? 5. The last digit here is what? 1 times, and the base here is 5. Right. The second step is add each of the multiplications. So I'll just put a plus here, a plus here, right? The next step is give each base, which base is that? This is base 5, base 5, base 5, a power starting from 0. Okay, I said left to right. This should actually be right to left. So right to left. Okay, so starting from 0, from the right. Where is the right? This is the right to the left. So we are going this way, right? So give each base a power starting from, so that will be 5. I'll give this one the power what? 0, because I said you should start from what? 0. I'll move to the next one, so I'm incrementing, right? This one will be power what? Power 1, and this one will be power what? Power 2, and that's all, right? So what did we do? We multiplied each digit. Let me correct this. So instead of saying numbers, I'll just say multiply each of the digits with the base, right? So we came here, we started with 3 times 5, 2 times 5, 1 times 5. Then we added each of the multiplications together. Then from the right to the left, we gave each of these bases, the base that I'm trying to convert from, in this case base 5, I gave each of them a power, right? Starting from 0, from the right to the left. Great. So that way I can now expand. So 3 times 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is the same thing as what? As 25, plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 1 is 5, plus 1 times 5 raised to the power 0, and 2 raised to the power 0 is 1. right? So that is 1. 25 times 3. So if you want to do it, right, I mean, you can do it very basic. So 5, 1, that will give you 75. Abi? 2 times 5 will give you 10. 1 times 1 will give you 1. So 75 plus 10 is what? That's 76, right? 75 75 plus 10 is, sorry, 75 plus 1 is 76, right? And 76 plus 10 is 86, right? So 75 plus 10, 85. 85 plus 1, 86. So at the end of the day, we see that when we convert, doing all of this, right, we have converted the number to base 10. So this is, because it's base 10, I represent it under with 10. So therefore, I can now say, therefore, 321 base 5 is equal to what? It's 6 base 10. Yeah. So the step is already highlighted. Multiply each of the digits with the base. Add each of the multiplication and give each base a power starting from 0 from the right to the left. And then you simplify, and then the value that you get is your answer in base 10. Let's see if what to do is correct. Great. Look at our answer, 86 base 10. Now, let's use this other question to reinforce what we have already learned. Now, the question is saying convert 10, 10, 1, 1, 1, 2 to a number in base 10. So let's solve that. Convert 10, 10, 1, 1, 1, 2 to base 10. I would advise you that you actually pause the video now and really try it by yourself. Welcome back. If you actually tried it by yourself, let's go through the solution together and let's see if we are all correct, right, or where we made our mistake. So the first step is multiply each of the values here with 2, right, or with the base, which is 2 in this case. So that will be 1 times 2, Abi, 0 times 2, 1 times 2, 0 times 2, 1 times 2, 1 times 2, 1 times 2. So this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1 times 2. Join all of them with a plus. Right, and then give the base, in this case 2, all these 2's, right, a power starting from 0 from the right, which is this place to the left. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So before we begin, right, I want to show you something. Anything multiplied by 0 is what? 0, right? So I mean, instead of me stressing myself doing 2 raised to the power 5, which is 32, and I'll just say, I know that this one is going to give me 0, right, plus whatever this will give me, plus this will give me 0, plus whatever this will give me, plus whatever this will give me, plus. Okay, great. So 1 times 2 raised to the power 6. 2 raised to the power 6 is what? So if you want to do it, you say 2 times 2, 2 times 2. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32, 32 times 2 is 64. So 64 times 1 will give me 64. Great. Remember, anything multiplied by 0 is giving me 0. So I don't need to bother myself about what 2 raised to the power 5 is. Right? 2 raised to the power 4 is what? That is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. But let me put it aside. So that will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is what? 16. So that will be 16. This one is going to be resolved as 16. 16 times 1 is 16, right? This is already giving me 0, so I don't need to stop myself about this. 2 squared, that will be 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is what? You got it right. So times 1, that will give me 4, right? 2 raised to the power 1 is just 2, really. 2 times 1 is what? 2. We said anything raised to the power 0 is what? 1. So 2 raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Great. So 1 times 1 will give me 1. Now, let me clear my screen. Let me backtrack a little bit. All we just did first was we tried to, I mean, it does not mean that you have to put the 0 first. You can do it along the way. I just want to show you that anything that you multiply by 0 would give you 0. So we found what 2 raised to the power 6 is, which was 64, plus we did not need to find 2 raised to the power 5 and multiply it with 0, because we know that at the end of the day it's going to resolve to 0, plus 2 raised to the power 4 is 2 times 2. We saw how we got it, right? Plus anything raised to the power 0 is 0, 2 raised to the power 2, 4, and all of that, and anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So let's continue. So 64 plus 16, 64 plus 16, that will give us what? 0 will carry 1 here, that will give us 80, right? So this is 80. 80 plus 4 is what? That is 84, right? 84 plus 2, that is what? 86. Great. 86 plus 1 is what? 87. So that means by the time I sum all of this together, I'm going to have what? 87, right? Let me clear this place. 87. So that means successfully we've been able to convert our value from base 2 to base 10. So you can see that the principle still remains the same. The principle of okay, I think this is fine. The principle of converting a number from any base to base 10 still remains the same. Then I can come and I can say, therefore, I always like to put so when you're solving a math question, always try to put the concluding statement, right? So therefore, 10 10 1 1 1 base 2 is equal to what? 87 in base 10. And this is it. This is the principle that you're going to use to convert a whole number in a given base to base 10, right? And in the next video, we're going to be looking at numbers with decimal. So it's not always whole numbers that you can convert. You can convert a number, maybe 1011.111 base 2 to base 10. We're going to see how we're going to do that in the next video. It's very simple, just a little bit of modification. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you found this useful, please like, subscribe. If you have a comment that you want to drop, if something is not clear, you want me to revisit, or maybe there's a question that you encountered, you want me to look at it with you, sure, drop a comment under this video. See you guys in the next video.